we are having a heat wave here in Derbyshire, England. Are you having a heat wave too? So yeah, I know I'm not looking my best. It's a hard job in itself. But these are the books that I read during June. Obviously lots of hot weather to read in. So let me know if you've read any of the books and comment below what you think I should read in July. So happy reading, guys. Take care. Bye. Great events, a modern history spanning 200 years. Now I love kind of what happened on this day. I often do it on my YouTube channel. And so yeah, it's great. Obviously covers a lot of historic events. So the first one is the fall of the Bastille in the 20th of July 1789, and it goes right up to the coronavirus and George Floyd. So yeah, worth a look at. Flowers for Algernon, Daniel Keyes. This is a reread. Late last year, a friend of mine passed away, and I interviewed her for a series of interviews that I do, and this is her favourite book, so I wanted to revisit it with her in mind. And it's as poignant and as powerful and as intelligent as I remember it being. I think it really is a classic. I think people should read it. So yeah, definitely recommend this to revisit or introduce yourself to. Robert Browning's selected poems. I absolutely admire his talent, his skill, but his poems aren't really for me. They're usually very long, and I mean very long, and I'm not, I mean there are exceptions, but I'm not a massive fan of long poetry. It also reminds me so much of doing My Last Duchess for GCSE. That being said, please do go and read it, because poetry, you know, it's all subjective. So I'm sure a lot of people will get a lot of enjoyment. I mean, he is a classic, so yeah. Not ruling out exploring more from him though. Maya Angelou and Still I Rise. I adore Maya Angelou. What a inspirational, wonderful woman. And some of her best poems are in here. I recommend you read all her work. You can't fail to be uplifted and to feel strong. So yeah, I'll always return to Maya Angelou. Selected Poems by Thomas Hardy. I really enjoyed reading these. I hadn't read much of his poetry before, so but a lot of highlighting going on. I look forward to reading some more. Yeah, really recommend. By Michael Morpurgo. This is really, really beautiful. It's non-fiction. He doesn't really tend to write non-fiction. I'm aware I'm kind of reading it at the wrong time, though it's technically still spring, I think. No, returned to summer yesterday. But no, it's really beautiful reflections of the season, and yeah, definitely recommend. I hope he writes one for each season. That'd be really nice. John by Cynthia Lennon. This is a reread. Remember reading this in my teens when I was starting my obsession with the Beatles. I love Cynthia. Sadly she's passed away. She was such a beautiful soul, and that really comes across. And her love for John is really powerful, but she doesn't hide back from John's quite severe flaws, which John addressed himself. So it's a really interesting take on the Beatles story, and I recommend it to anybody really, if you're a massive Beatles fan or not. Peace is a Doing Word by Barbara Glasson. Now, Barbara is a dear friend of our family. She is an incredibly intelligent, just really strong woman. I really, really look up to her. She has been to some incredible places and some incredible things. And here she asks some really valid questions, and it's set out really well. So you can kind of pick it up from any page. But it's a really, really topical book, and it's one that I really appreciated. So yeah, I definitely recommend. And yeah, it's one I'm going to have just around the house and just dive into whenever I need to pick me up. Wolf Hall by Hilary Mantel, a fellow Derbyshire lady. What a talent, what work she's left us. Wolf Hall is epic. This is just the first one, and I've never read a historical book written so well and be so engaging. And even though you know the fate of many of the characters, you're just transfixed. I think the TV series is fantastic as well. So yeah, it was quite a battle at times to get through. Not that it wasn't, like I say, engaging, but it's just so, like I say, so epic. But it's worth pursuing. It really is. So yeah, definitely recommend Wolf Hall. 1, 2, 3, 4 by Craig Brown. This is a reread. I love this book. People know I'm a obsessive, mad fan of the Beatles, but this is one of the best Beatles books I've read, and I've read hundreds. It's just written in such a quirky, fun way, and it's not chronological. It kind of goes all over the place, but that's, I don't know, it's filled with really, really interesting stories and perspectives from different people throughout the Beatles' lives. So I definitely recommend this, whether you're a Beatles fan or not. Fashioned of Dreams by D.A.Leonard. This is a collection of poems. I believe I found this in a telephone box, one of those library telephone boxes in Cornwall when I was on holiday. I found a couple of his books, and he's really interesting. He writes some really, really interesting poems. Yeah, recommend you check them out. The Alan Rickman Diaries. I so enjoyed these. Madly Deeply as well, it's called. He's just, well, was such an incredible man, and just his view of films and Harry Potter and everything was really, really interesting. I really, really recommend. Brothers by David Talbot. I'm a massive Kennedy geek. I just love finding books on the Kennedys. Bobby Kennedy's my favourite. So this is really interesting because I also find the relationship between John and Bobby really fascinating. So it's really in depth, it's really well researched, so definitely one to pick up and have a read. The Best Loved Poems of Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis, selected and introduced by Caroline Kennedy. So yeah, I love the Kennedys, and what better than to dive into some of Jackie's favourite poems. It's a real peek behind the curtain, and there's some of her own work in here as well. This is another reread, but always nice to return to. Adrian Mitchell, Blue Coffee, poems from 1985 to 1996. I really like his style. I like how he talks about Liverpool a lot, which, as people know, is my second home. So yeah, this was a reread. I think I first read him when I was doing my undergrad. So yeah, recommend.